Girl Nation. Since I was here and I was all dolled up, I did want to do just a little product review of the blouse I'm wearing today. It is from a brand called Night Whisper, which is actually a Taobao reseller. I randomly found it. I was just, when you're laying in bed at night and you're about to fall asleep and you jolt awake because you decide that you need a Lolita blouse. We've all had those moments. And so I went onto Lace Market and I just searched for, blouses, and up came this gorgeous princess sleeve number for, I believe it was around $40, which, for a blouse that would fit my size. It straight up said plus size blouse, 120 to 150 cm bust, and I went, well, clearly I woke up for a reason. I purchased it. Shipping was fast. It took about 3 to 4 days to get to me. The only thing I was a little disappointed in is that the seller never messaged me to say, hey, we shipped your item, here's tracking. That I would have appreciated, especially right now with everything being sort of unstable with USPS and shipping taking longer than it's promised. It's not like I needed it for an event. I just wanted to know. I was just curious. It is incredibly comfortable. It's very lightweight. It's made out of a nice sort of crepe texture chiffon. I'm going to get real close to the camera here with that. Yes, yes. And you can see the edge is beautifully finished with a serged rolled hem. This is also how I finish a lot of my chiffon hems because it finishes the edge while being lightweight and also just keeps it from fraying, which is really nice, especially for chiffon. I really like this texture. Gives it a little bit of depth. It's not 100% opaque. It is chiffon. You can see some of my skin tone through the sleeve. And the sleeves themselves are super comfortable, super stretchy. I have a little bit thicker arms, as most plus-sized girls do. And I still have, you can see I still have quite a bit of stretch. And it's not even tight. I've been wearing it for a few hours now. I was just in a Sea of Serenity panel. That's the digital event that is going on this weekend, helping Puvathel out with her headwear panel. As you can see, I'm wearing my handmade floral crown there. And yeah, I wanted to do something that was a little bit hime, a little bit more glam. So I've got my stupid bumpets in. Like, bless the college girls of the early 2000s because they all wore these and they always looked amazing in them. I don't know. I slept on these for too long. I don't know. Anyway, about the blouse. The lace is quite nice. It's very thick. It's embroidered onto a net, but it has a very soft cottony feel to it. It's very well done, well trimmed. This is more of the crepe chiffon at the collar. A lot of elastic, a lot of stretch. The only thing that was a little confusing is there's no tags in it. So looking at it, once I took it off the hanger, I was kind of like, which is the back, which is the front? There's no clear delineation. Just pop it on. Kind of the best way to tell, I would say, would be to look at the sleeve themselves. If you look at that detail, you could see how it overlaps. So that is kind of how you can tell which is the back and which is the front. I wanted a princess sleeve blouse. 90% of the time, because of my size, I end up making my own blouses. Making a blouse, it's fucking exhausting, you guys. Especially if you're going to do like a button-up blouse. Like, it's exhausting. I can do it, and I've done it quite a few times, and I've gotten a lot faster at it over the years as I've perfected my pattern and, gotten more confident with my materials and my sewing ability. But this was worth the money, 100%, because it was such a great deal. And yeah, I don't regret it. I tried to kind of look up and see what the Taobao brand was. I couldn't find that information. That's okay. I haven't seen it back up on Lace Market. I hope they'll restock it if they can keep it at kind of a good price. Honestly, even if they posted it up at like 60 or 70, I think it would still be a great deal because it's just very comfy. Okay. So here's kind of a little further back shot. Don't mind me, this is my Navy Juliette A. Justine set. Based it off a Juliette Justine design. I did sew it myself. And if I lift up the bodice a little bit, there's the edge of the blouse. So this is kind of like at my natural waist. So it does sit a little short, makes it almost a little bit of a crop. I imagine if you were less busty than me, it would probably sit a little bit longer. But it definitely, if it's long enough on me that it hits there, when most crop pieces from Taobao will probably hit me more here directly under my bust, then it should be plenty long on most people. I do wish that the bust was a little bit fuller, but again, I'm a bit unusual in my size compared to many. But yeah, I do think if it was a little bit more fuller, had a little bit more gather to it, I think that would be really cute too, to wear with just a skirt, wear it more casually. I would show you what it looks like without the blouse, but I'd probably get demonetized. I'm wearing a bra, but it's very sheer. Like, the bra is slightly textured and you can see the texture directly through it. So if you do want to wear this with just a skirt, I highly recommend wearing an undershirt or camisole, something like that, just to give you a little bit of coverage. I will say that shipping was quite affordable. I believe it was maybe around $7, might have been as much as 10, which was more than fair. It also came from Missouri, so I think that's why it took such a quick amount of time. So it's very nice to have a Taobao reseller that is US based. I'm hoping that maybe once things kind of calm down with the pandemic that they will be able to get more of this blouse in. I'd really love it if they got it in like a cream or maybe a black, just a few more color options, because I'd like to have quite a few in my closet and kind of play with it more. I really like the bell sleeves. It's got that little bit of drama that I think we all like to have now and again. Overall, solid buy. I see myself wearing this with quite a few pieces, jazzing it up a little bit, maybe taking it down a little bit, just wearing it a little more relaxed, maybe as more of a hime-gyaru inspired coordinate. Hard to say, but yeah, no regrets here. So look up Night Whisper. They also have an Etsy shop. They're partnered with, I believe, Cat's Tea Party is what it's called. Or no, that's an AP print. Well, they're partnered with Magic Tea Party and Infanta. Infanta's been around forever. They're one of the big known Taobao brands. And yeah, they have really great prices on everything. Everything's around, $70, $80. But I definitely would be excited if they got in more of this blouse because I'd love to have it in a few more colors. I think it'd be really pretty in a pink, even if they had to switch the lace out. Maybe do a line of pastels, even if they just did a limited edition. I think they would do very well with that. And if they're able, maybe do a line of jewel tones for classic Lolitas. So yeah, if you can find it, definitely snap it up, especially if you're plus sized. Very comfortable. 9 out of 10. I did also wash it in the washing machine to see how it held up, just as a test. It held up beautifully. I washed it on low and I believe a warm to cool setting. I use fragrance and color-free detergent because of allergies in the home. And I also tumble dried it on low and left it to kind of air dry the rest of the way. And it did beautifully. There was no melted spots, there was no fraying, and it came right out of the wash looking beautiful. If you're going to be hanging this up on a hanger in a closet, just hand tack in some little ribbon loops at the armhole and at the top of the neckline. Because over time, if you hang a piece by an elastic band like this, or if it has elastic straps and use that to hang the piece on a hanger, over time the weight of the garment, even if it's just a simple blouse, will stretch that elastic out, and then you'll have to replace the elastic. So what I recommend in that case is just hand tack some ribbon loops into the inside of the garment. You can easily hide them. You can just use white ribbon. It doesn't have to be anything pretty or fancy or well done. And that will give you something to actually put on the hanger to hang it by that will help preserve your elastic and have the garment lasting longer. I'm going to kind of show what I mean here. This is kind of what I mean by ribbon loops. I've sewn these in. You can see they're just stitched in, and they tuck right back in, and you can't even tell. So that when I hang them up, because these straps are fully elastic on this bustier, instead of blowing out the elastic by hanging up the piece by that, I just hang it by the ribbon loops instead. And that's something you can do to all of your pieces. If you have a bunch of pieces that have elastic straps or elastic sleeves, necklines, add the ribbon loops, tack them in, and then hang your piece by that instead of the elastic. Your pieces will last a lot longer. So that does it for my review of Night Whisper. Definitely see if you can find the blouse again. I just found it randomly browsing Lace Market. They have a Lace Market account. They are on Etsy. This video was not sponsored by them. I paid out of my own pocket. They didn't know I was doing a review. I was just a regular customer. So overall, I was quite happy with my experience. And if they have more plus-sized items available, or if they start doing accessories and can maintain a pretty decent price on them, I will definitely purchase from them in the future. Have a great rest of your weekend. It's Labor Day weekend in the States, so if you're in the States, have a great long weekend. If you're stuck in a shitty job that isn't giving you a break, I'm sorry. Hopefully you get some time afterwards to enjoy yourself. For the rest of the world, I hope everyone else is doing okay during these times. Shit's rough right now, man. I get it. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.